Hello everybody and welcome to the season and series finale of our F1 2012 career mode. It is the Brazilian Grand Prix after an unintentional 1 week break in between USA and Brazil there between the last episodes due to my internet outage. But we have already had the championship decided between Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button for a while now. Hamilton will win the title. Button and Alonso are set to fight for second place. And then you have myself, who actually, we are tied with our teammate of Michael Schumacher going into the final race. So that is going to be a very fun one as well. Constructors already determined. McLaren, Mercedes at the top of the board, but Red Bull and Ferrari are set to scrap it out again. And, well, obviously, we're going to settle for 5th place here, which is okay. It's been a fun season where we kicked off everything with the Racing Point or the Force India team, and now we have one final race. Here we go then. I went with a smack dab down the middle balance setup for this race here in Sao Paulo, one of my favorite circuits in the world to race on here, and we are officially underway for the final time. It's kind of bittersweet, but at the same time, I mean, it's not that bad because we also know that, well, we have now to look forward to the F1 2013 series, and you can tell it's been a minute since I've played. A couple weeks, I'm forgetting what button the Kurz is now. Behind Sebastian Vettel, who's had a pretty abysmal season to say the least. I would love to get my first win. We've been close a couple times to picking up a victory this season in our rookie season, but we've come up short. Obviously, the one that slipped away from us was Abu Dhabi. We could have definitely won that one, and I choked. So, I didn't choke. I mean, we just didn't quite have enough in it. We were so close. Another lap, we probably win that Grand Prix. I don't think we're going to see a Grand Prix win today unless maybe a full-blown miracle happens. Will we see the first safety car of the season today? Safety car is basically non-existent in this game, unfortunately, so you never know what's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, I feel like a pretty competitive lap for my first lap around here in F1 2012, and it looks like it's Hamilton going to be on pole. I'm going to say, you know, I lost a bit in the third sector, so I'm going to say this is probably like 12th or 13th, maybe, in terms of position. Let's see, we crossed the line. It might have been even worse. 16th. Wow, okay, we dropped hard there towards the end, so that last sector really put me back in. Schumacher, P7, Hamilton, Alonso, dead even. They've tied. We have a tie for a pole in the final Grand Prix of the season. How about that? That is awesome to see. Now let's see who has the edge in the Grand Prix. Here we go then, we're on the grid. Ready to go racing. Lewis Hamilton already locked up the championship a while back. He is set to get one more victory potentially here today in Brazil. We start P16, meaning, well, the obvious. We have some work to do for 18 laps, overcast skies here. We've only dealt with rain, what, once this season? That was in, was it Malaysia, I believe? No, it was China, sorry. So here we are, no rain for the rest of the season since then, but we are underway for the finale of this career mode. Now, I can tell you guys right now, actually, I'll talk about it after we deal with this potentially treacherous start right here. Let's just get through these opening moments, these opening corners, and actually gaining a couple positions right off the bat. Passing Pastor Maldonado, you got Perez, Massa, 3 wide right there between Perez, Massa, and Senna. Who's going to back out of it? I don't know if anyone. Oh, it's going to be Massa. That's not surprising given his track record. I'm going to really get aggressive here. It's the final race. We got to go for it, right? And Kobayashi, bit of a checkup right there. I'm going to look to the left-hand side of him as we go side by side. Drag racing up the elevation change. I'm hoping he's going to lift because I don't want to lift. He doesn't lift and neither do I, but I'm the one that ends up giving up the position. Nonetheless, I nearly run into the back of him right there trying to avoid him. We go off circuit a little bit. Oh, a little bit of contact right there. It's not the first time I've ran into the back of Kobayashi, dealing with a lot of oversteer right there as well. But overall, we have made a nice gain of 5 positions. So from P16 to P11. A bit of work to do, but I'm pretty happy and content with that. I see our teammate of Michael Schumacher only a couple of positions ahead of us, and we know the battle really in this episode is between myself and Schumacher. He is dead even with us at 85 points, so we might be able to come out ahead of him. Let's see what we can do as we complete this first and opening lap, and you can see I'm certainly seeing where we're struggling here today. Straight line speed, that's for sure. That's going to be something that we'll have to make up for everywhere else other than that front straightaway. Coming to the end of lap 2 now, same situation. Kobayashi a little bit in front of us here. DRS will be enabled at the conclusion of this lap once we cross the line. And there goes Kobayashi for a move right here. Can he complete that overtake on his teammate of Sergio Perez, who's going to slow up pretty early. So, of course, I got to take the opportunity when I have it. And Oh, it's close. Oh, I didn't. Oh, save it, please. Thank you. I am so sorry. If I could give you the spot back, I would. I was a little bit rough on that one. That was not clean. That was not even fun to do. So sorry, Sergio, now as we head down into turn 4, and you can see Schumacher struggling now as well. But I feel bad about that overtake on Perez. Not what I wanted to do at all. However, see some kind of a train effect going on right here, and we're going to see if we can settle in behind Kobayashi, maybe catch him off guard. A lot of understeer through there, but overall, the car doesn't handle too bad. I really do like the way it's driving right now, as I'm just trying to get a little bit more confident on the throttle, because these guys are a lot more confident right now on the exit of these corners than I am, especially out of the final turn, because look at the run we just got on the back of Kobayashi here, as we've barely used any curb deployment on this lap, so we should be able to use plenty right here on this run down the front straightaway. But once again, just not as confident there on corner exit. But I got so much battery to deploy that we should be able to make a move. And on top of that, of course, we're gonna have DRS right here coming up. Where is the DRS? Is there no DRS on the front straightaway here at this point in Formula 1? Apparently not, but he stomps on the brake pedal, so I'm gonna go take the position up into P9 we go. I just want to say a quick thank you, everybody, for watching this series since it started now. As the series has started a bit slow, I didn't quite know how it was going to do, but it's turned out to go pretty well, and I'm really thankful for that, and it's been a lot of fun to do. And obviously, the plan now is we are going to do an F1 2013 career mode season next. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then I'm going to have you guys vote on a community poll to actually determine what we do, so stay tuned on that. But yeah, before we actually jump into F1 2013 though, I'm also going to be doing, some people asked for me to try out I think it's called the season challenge and stuff, so there's like that, and then I think there was something else that's like an exclusive mode that you can do. I can't remember, but we are going to be doing that before F1 2013, so there is still a couple weeks before that series is going to kick off. I'm going to size up a move right here on Michael. I'm going to send one up the inside into turn 1, catch him off guard maybe a little bit there. Maybe didn't expect his teammate to just send it, but it works out pretty well. That is now P8 for us, so right now we are now finally leading over our teammate Michael Schumacher in terms of the points. I gotta say, this really is such a fun circuit to drive now. In F1 22, current day, not as fun to drive this circuit here. There is like very much like an unpredictability to this circuit in the current F1 games, where it's just like one lap you're gonna have a lot of grip, next lap you're gonna have nothing, and it's really frustrating. As now we should be able to have an opportunity to go get Grosjean. Using half my battery, he's gonna go left. I'm gonna go around the outside here. Trust Grosjean to not make a big error down into turn 4. Is he still at my inside? He was barely there. I decided to give him the room, but our teammate Schumacher is dropping like a rock, and he is holding up Perez, it looks like. But up into now P7 behind Grosjean's teammate of Kimi Räikkönen in that Lotus. Alright, didn't expect this. I kind of got caught sleeping, and now here is Grosjean all over the back of me, his head down into turn 1. However, we're going to be just fine. I was really cautious into turn 1 right there, but nonetheless, we hold on to that position. Alright, we're coming in to make our first and hopefully only pit stop here today. Our teammate Schumacher, he's kind of getting on with it a little bit. He's actually running down Grosjean, as I don't know why. I went into 7th gear right there. I was like, what in the world? Why are we slowing down so much? But then I realized. So into the pits we go. What a different pit entrance actually here in Sao Paulo. That was kind of scary. That barrier was right there ready to kill you. But we're going to come in, put on the white striped tires, wait a few extra moments, maybe not too much. 3.4 second pit stop here. We'll come out behind Kimi Räikkönen and see if we can stick with them here now on the pit exit. I do not have control of the car yet. Now I do. So let's use a little bit of that car deployment right here. Just try to get a little bit closer. We can full beans out of this pit exit here. A treacherous pit exit. Brazil, the pit exit and the pit entry both can catch you quite a bit off guard at this circuit. But in F1 2012, where that pretty straight entrance is pretty straightforward, I guess you could say. Everybody that didn't pit last lap is now in, including our teammate of Schumacher, so we'll see where the comparison is, but we are closing in quickly on Räikkönen. Is he going to take a defensive approach here into turn 1? I'm going to just about drive into the back of him. I could have maybe sent it around the outside. I do want to have like one proper send here before the season ends, but we come out quite a bit comfortably ahead of our teammate of Schumacher, but I do see that he is going to be what looks like ahead of Grosjean here. Now Räikkönen, I'm going to go up the inside here. I could have gone around the outside, but the door was open just enough. He just about gets into the back of me. But up at a P7 we go, as we're going to try and now run down Sebastian Vettel, who had the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but still, just not the season, of course, that Sebastian Vettel was looking for, obviously, winning the world title in 2012 in real life, all the way from, 2010, 11, 12, 13, and whatnot, as he never, unfortunately, won one again after that, after he went to Ferrari and Aston Martin. As my favorite driver, still hurts that he's gone, but it is what it is. I enjoy being a Zhou Guan Yu fan now, as I am going to completely miss that final apex there, but we're going to be just fine. I think Raikkonen's close, but I have enough battery to deploy. Hamilton, fastest lap, 2.1 seconds a gap between myself and Seb, as I don't know if we're going to run him down here, but we have 4 laps of extra fuel, so I think at the start of lap 13, I don't know what's going on, but I swear this car is like double shifting or something into 7th, like every other lap right now. It's bit weird. I don't know if it's my wheel acting up or what, but it's certainly something odd. I think this is going to be my best lap of the Grand Prix. Now, not quite good enough for the fastest lap set by Lewis Hamilton, but not far off either. Less than a tenth away, so we have picked it up. That was 9/10 of a second better than my previous best lap. We just kind of found some pace right there, and if we can do that for the next 5 laps to end the season, I mean, the fight's still on for a pretty decent finish here. As you can see, Seb's up there, Weber as well for 4th, and I'm not quite sure who scored currently in 3rd place. It's, is that a Ferrari? No, it looks like it's Jenson Button, actually, in the McLaren, based off of what I'm seeing, at least from my limited viewpoint now, as we are closing in on these final laps of this career mode season. It's been a heck of a ride, obviously. But now it's just about focusing in and seeing if we can run down Sebastian Vettel and maybe get one more spot gained. That might be the fastest lap of the Grand Prix right there. It's all purple. I forget what Lewis ran. I think it was a 6.2, a 1:15.062, right? So yeah, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I didn't think we were going to do that based off the pace that we've shown all weekend long, but here we are. Hamilton sets another fastest lap, barely beats us again. We are really close with his lap time right now, 2.5 seconds to Sebastian Vettel in that group there for the final spot on the podium. Let's see if we can get there. Hamilton's cruising to victory right now. It's not even a contest. Massa is going to end up second without, of course, something going wrong at this point, and I myself, if we keep up this pace, we'll set another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 2.598 seconds to Seb. Weber with a 1:14.795. Again, we go faster than Hamilton's time, but then Weber backs it up. And I mean, we're out here setting great laps. That wasn't good. But we're setting great laps here, 2 laps to go. But the guys in front of us, they're also setting really good laps that they're only a few tenths off of myself. So it's not easy to run these guys down. And I'm starting to think that we're probably not going to run these guys down. Likely 2.7 seconds. It's going to be very, very tall order to be able to pull this off. 1 lap to go then here in Sao Paulo, 2.5 seconds a gap to Sebastian Vettel. It's not going to happen. Hamilton will take the Grand Prix victory, obviously, unless something goes catastrophically wrong here. He is in lap traffic, it looks like, but it should be okay for Lewis now, as P6 is what it's looking like for us, which, you know what, I'm pretty content with a 6th place result here after starting 16th place. Now, we were able to run down our teammate Schumacher, past him as well. He's going to be P8 from the looks of it, so still a respectable day for him. We started this rookie season here in F1 2012 career mode with the Force India Racing team. We went up against Paul di Resta, and I couldn't beat di Resta for a while. It took me some time to kind of get into the vibe of this game and be able to actually do something, but once we kind of got into the swing of things and got comfortable, we were able to do a very superb job throughout the season, and we got the call up to race for this team right here, Mercedes, going into, I believe it was the Hungarian Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been history ever since. No victories on the season, but we have had a lot of fun, and on this final straightaway, do we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix to end the season? Let's see. We're going to cross the line. Is it purple? I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to have to wait and see, but it was looking good. As you can see, our teammate Schumacher there, P8. What a day here for this Mercedes team. A nice, calm, but yet very solid performance kind of ending to this season. You can see, I don't know why Mark Webber's plus -1 laps there, but Hamilton, Alonso, Button, your podium there. The fastest lap, I hit a 1:14.645, and yes, Webber was a 7.95, so yes, in fact, we do end the season with the fastest lap of anybody there, and you can see Glock, of all places, at Brazil with the DNF. Here's the final point standings. Hamilton wins by 90 points. Button holds off Alonso, although Alonso got second place, but it's a 4-point difference between those two. We beat our teammate Schumacher by 4 points there with 93 over his 89. Massa, terrible season, ends up 10th in the standings. You see the rest of the standings quickly there with De La Rosa at the bottom of the board. Hulkenberg, as well as the rest of Force India in general, go all season without any points. Now, as the constructors, well, it was a blowout for the Mercedes team, but Red Bull, actually, although they didn't have their drivers up even in the top 3 in the driver standings, they do end up second over Ferrari in the constructors, and we end up P5 with this Mercedes Patrona team. Is, like I said, did I call McLaren just Mercedes? I think I did, but McLaren Mercedes at the top of the board. So there it is. Season complete. Obviously, we didn't win any titles. We got rivals beaten 1-1. Fastest laps. We had 5 fastest laps, 0 poles. Average finishing position of P10. 0 wins, obviously. And I'm not quite sure how this works. So there it is right here. So here is now what we can kind of look at. I can't actually go into any other screen from the looks of it. Yeah, so I cannot. So basically, this is all we got to look at to end this series. So there will be another couple videos, 1 or 2 more videos of F1 2012. We're going to do like the season challenge thing, just as like a fun little side thing before we jump into F1 2013 career mode season. However, I do have a question for you guys in terms of how we are going to treat this next career mode with F1 2013. And I'm going to present 3 options. You let me know down in the comments, but I'm also going to have a poll in the community post. So my options for you guys is we stick with Mercedes for the next career mode on F1 2013, which means I would have to grind a season off camera to get that opportunity, but that is what it is. It's not an issue. Or we go back to Force India like we started this career mode with, or we go to a completely new, I would say around a midfield team or so. I don't want to start with a top tier team if we choose a different team aside from the 2 options presented of Mercedes or the Force India team. You guys let me know down below, but that's going to wrap it up for this F1 2012 career mode. It was an absolute blast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for the support from start to finish. And I will see you guys in the next one with another F1 2012 video on the way. It won't be career mode, but F1 2013 career mode coming very soon. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day.